everybody, welcome to the Coach Dev Academy Lab Guide. Here, Manu Largo, Lab Guide for the week 2 of the IMSA Racing Series. New car on iRacing is the Acura, and the combination is Fuji, so let's go Japan combination, and let's take a look how a fast lap is here. Let's go. Okay, so here we are on the main street of the track of Fuji. So for my first brake reference is between the 100 and the 150. I'm gonna brake in the middle of both. It's the hardest braking point here in Fuji. As you can see here, maybe 90% of brake. And this corner is particularly because you have to take a late entry to maximize the traction of the car, and you have to be very close to the inside over the curb completely, nearly this bollard, and start with the throttle really soon and make the car rotate, because you have plenty of space here on the outside. Be very careful because the curve, as you can see here, the curve goes like this, so if you go too wide the car can bump, so maybe be unstable. So if you want to maximize the speed, be in the right part of the curve, so there will be no problem. Okay, for the turn 2, my braking reference is a little flag that is here on the right. This little yellow flag is my braking point, and my turning in point is the 50 board. It's a corner where you have to be very fast and really soon with the throttle, because then you go into a right-hander, so you have to be, as you will see here, very soon with the throttle and really close to the bollard here on the left. Maybe put the bollard in your eyes so you can go over it and there's no off track. And soon with the throttle, you can see here, flat out, and be very careful again with this curve on the right, because it changed the level, so maybe the car feels unstable as well as the turn 1. And you have to be very fast, because here is another corner. There's a long right-hander where you have to be with really high speed. And for making this corner, this white line here on the right is gonna be my reference to lift the throttle and make the car rotate, as you can see here, maybe with a little bit trail braking to make the car point into the inside and maintain like a double apex corner. You can see we open a little bit the steering wheel and then close again and find this curve on the right. So completely over it and sacrificing the exit of the corner, because it's low distance between this corner and the next one. So you have to sacrifice the exit of this one and put the car to the right part of the track as fast as you can, and take a look at this change of color in the wall. Is my braking reference for the next corner. When I go in the change of color to gray to dark gray, I brake, and this is a corner where it has a low radius in the beginning and opens the radius in the exit. So you have to be very soon with the steering wheel, entry really soon, and throttle to make the car rotate, and you can open the steering wheel because the radius of the corner is going up and up and up. So it's much bigger on the outside. So you have all this space. Be careful with the curve here as well, because it goes like a V. So it's dangerous. And we reach the most famous part of Fuji, is the middle sector and the last sector with really slow corners and tricky corners. So for this corner, my braking reference is the end of the barrier here on the right. Another high braking here, maybe 85, nearly 90%. Go to first gear. And for this corner, we are gonna have an entry really late, but we can go over the curve, as you can see here. We can go over this curve between the white line and the grass, and it's not an off track. And it's because you have to sacrifice the exit and to put the car again to the right, because you need really lot of traction for this left-hander. Avoid this little uphill here in the curve. You have to avoid it to maximize the traction of the car and to put right now in the straight line the car. Now you can go flat out, full throttle, and go straight. And for the next corner, another tricky corner with late entry as well. We're gonna have a look at the end of this fire marshal place here on the left, or the end of the grass. I look of both. So when we go over this, finish the grass, braking reference, and now we are looking that we have 3 screens. We can see the bollard on the right, as you will see in a little bit. So it's much easier with 3 screens to take a look where the apex is. So now we find the bollard here on the right, so that's our apex there. So we go over the bollard, over the AstroTurf, and over the curb, no problem. And zoom with the throttle, and be very careful with these 2 sources here on the left. You can use the curb, but it's dangerous here in Fuji because they go like this. So you go over the left part of the V, the car is gonna spin or it's gonna go to the left really aggressively. So take a look at there. As you can see here, we go only over the curb. And for this next one, my braking point is another blind apex. So my braking point is the end of this curve, and we are gonna be braking, opening the steering wheel, placing the car in the right part of the track, and my turning in point is going to be this fireplace of the marshals. Again, I can see there. Now I start turning in, but again, like I have 3 screens, I can see the bollard on the left screen. It's much complicated if you have only 1 screen. But now, if you take the reference of this one, of this marshal place and the fireplace, you start turning in to the apex, and now you can see the apex. Again, as the corner before, we can go over the curve and over the AstroTurf. And the exit is really similar to the corner before, because we have 2 sources here on the right, and we can go over the curve, but always avoiding the extra part. Take a little bit, but be careful with the sources. And again, the same situation for the next corner. My braking point is going to be the Marshall Place here on the left. So when I cross the Marshall Place, I brake, and again, last corner, late entry, and we take a look to the bollard on the right and the sauces here on the ground. Again, late entry. The sauces make us go late on the entry because you can't go over it because the car is gonna bump. So avoid the sauces and put the car on the AstroTurf and completely flat out at this point. And again, 2 sauces on the outside, completely avoid it. A little bit of oversteer in all this last sector because the car is really light in those slow corners. And that's the way. One tricky advice for this track is the last sector, practice where the entry is, where the apex is, and be careful in the exits of those corners. Okay, so that's it, the week 2 of the IMSA Racing Series. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, social media. I hope you enjoyed it, and we kill everybody to do this shit. Let's go. Okay, I'm okay. Okay, so that's the lap guide here for the week 2 of the IMSA Racing Series here at Fuji. Hope you find this useful, and thank you for being here. And we see you in another lap guide sessions, setup sessions, and don't forget to subscribe and to follow us on social media. So take care and see you soon. Bye bye.